Greetings. Tijani, how are you? Philip, how are you, Philip? Patrick, how are you?
Good evening, sir.
Xavier, greetings, all of you. You are welcome to
Thank you.
Intersect Developer Advocate. This is a session that is live, which we try to onboard you onto the open source Cardano as developers, as young developers, and we would like to welcome and collaborate with other existing collaborators, developers who are experienced so that we are networked a little bit. As we wait for others to join, I would like to take you around Intersect and then Intersect open source repositories, just to show a lot of you some repositories that are available, which you can aim to be part of in your future once you are a good contributor. Right. Quite some time since last year, the Developer Advocate program, we developed what is called a contribution ladder, whereby those who are contributing to the open source, they've got a ladder of growth, and there's been some plan along the way to remunerate open source contribution. For us and all of us, the most important thing is it opens up a practical experience to achieve and grow within Cardano. But I'll repeat again, welcome all of you. Let me start by introducing my name to those who don't know me. My name is Bernard Swanda, the cohort 1 developer advocate for Intersect. I'm also the CTO and founder of several companies, particularly the Coxygen Global, where we have partnered with European Business Institute to onboard you onto Haskell Bluetooth programming with a university European recognized certification. Right. So I would like to motivate a lot of you who are taking part in your various development activities on Cardano. Can happen we are on different communities. We are developing smart contracts or infrastructure applications. As you know, Cardano is very big. So this session, we want it to be interactive. Ask as many questions as you can. Where I cannot answer your questions, especially some technical questions, I will point you to some areas where you can research. But above all, the open source office of Intersect is always available for assistance. So let me just quickly take a screenshot and then take you a tour before I start what I prepared for all of you. So let me just share the register with others so that they know we have started. So I have to post in case we have got some senior developers who can join here. If I spot some of the developers who are senior around in Cardano that I know, I might just request them to say a little bit of their experience and motivation to you. Sometimes you'll be more motivated when you hear it from those that are already working or developing some applications on Cardano. Right, let me share my screen and first introduce you to the sponsors of this one, which is Intercept. Right, one more, let me all right, let us start. Welcome again to those that are joining now. The first thing I would like to appreciate is Intercept MBO. Intercept MBO is a member-driven organization at the heart of Cardano ecosystem. When we say Cardano ecosystem, I see a lot of you are here. You are so much motivated with the Web3. It's very good. Let's look at what do we mean when we say Cardano ecosystem. Right, Cardano, if you go to cardano.org, this will give you a lot of information about who is Cardano, what is Cardano doing, what have they done in the past, the community events, constitution, code of conduct, ambassadors. Another thing I'm going to tell you, I have been recognized by Cardano to be a Cardano ambassador. How did this get me to this place? It's a long journey. You need to play a prominent role in the community wherever you are within Cardano. whether you are a developer, you are a marketing person, you are a committee member, you are a governance, you have governance, or there are so many different areas in Cardano. So this is one of the growth paths which I received adding to the Intersect Developer Advocate Code one post. So this must motivate you. Here is a section for start building on Cardano. Here you've got some materials that directs you how to go and work with Cardano. The one advantage with Cardano is it is open source. So I'm going to show you the open source part. And then when we are on the open source part, you will see a lot of, for example, if you come here, you will see a lot of projects that are there. This is Cardano Foundation open source. I will also open for you GitHub Intersect MPO. So here you've got quite a lot of repositories, about 8. So these different projects, Cardano API, are areas where we have got experienced Cardano people working on these projects. This is one of the targets you must aim at in your growth as a developer or as a Cardano, depending on what your vision in life is. So, in short, when we talk about Cardano, we are talking about a very, 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 very big ecosystem. So there is another website which is called Cardano Cube. When you come to Cardano Cube here, you can see Cardano ecosystem map, view all projects. But let me just show you this part here. Ecosystem, yeah. So all this is a few. What you see here is not all. It's a few of the applications, the projects that are on Cardano in different areas, wallets, DeFi. Then when you scroll down there, industry solutions. Even if you don't work in Cardano, but once you have got a good background in Cardano ecosystem, wherever you are going, you will be influenced by your knowledge of some of these ecosystems. You are going to understand these different blockchains, and then here at least you will have some reference. When other governments they are looking for Web3 solutions or recommendations, you know Cardano is one of the best. So you can see here, so when you go to developer tools here, you can see even Coxygen Global, we are there. You can also create your own library or tool, which is used worldwide on the open source. And then come here, they will edit or you edit in other different communities. They will come and they check it, use it, join you, work with you. So you can see here the NFT, you've got meme coins, you've got utilities. You can even innovate. This is one of the things that I want you to know. You need to innovate also and be part of those we follow. Because all these people who developed these applications, they are like you. They put a lot of effort. They loved this Cardano ecosystem and they got to where they are. So this explains when we say Intersect is a member-driven organization at the heart of Cardano ecosystem. This ecosystem is very big. I've shown you now. So the intersect is the one that you have seen me wearing this cap quite a lot. This is an intersect logo. You'll see it here. Right. Let us look into it a little bit. How do you join Intersect? Right. There are various memberships that are available. Not only membership. You can see there are grants there. There are some grants there. You can become a committee member. So you can also come here, check, see which grants are open. If you can qualify or you can team up. Don't always think of the Catalyst. Catalyst is one area that normally offers everyone public grants for innovation in different categories. What I'm telling you here now is Intersect 2 has got this. Last year, a lot of communities were receiving grants and they were working here. Probably this year too, but you have to check that. So how do you become a member? So you click on membership there and check what is available. You click join there. What I know is there are at least four different memberships that are available at Intersect. Right. The first one is being an associate. There's no reason why, if you are on Cardano, you should not join these different communities and organizations. Because at some point in time, you would be interested in benefiting from them. So having a Cardano profile will assist you there. So this membership is free, you don't pay anything, and you get these benefits. All you need to do, you get this, and then you just complete it. Don't pay anything, that one. The advantage is you might be getting some information about the progress of the Intersect. For me, the disclaimer can tell you why. I'm not saying do this, don't do this. No. I'm telling you my experience. It has been my growth path, Intersect, just like Catalyst, just like you see now on the Cardano, other events, these things have improved us. Then look at these other type of memberships. Then check here. If you want, you can always come here and check the latest news. You know what is happening within Cardano, what is the development within the governance, the treasurer withdrawals, and some of you don't know. It's good to tell you that this year the Cardano decentralized governance, we voted for about, I think, 275 million ADA. And it is these withdrawals now. The communities are withdrawing millions and millions of different here for their projects which they are doing. So it is very important to stay alert with the developments. But with this in mind, I'm going to take you through what I have prepared. So allow me to close these other tabs, then get onto business. What I have selected, I'm interacting on a daily basis with a lot of you. I've got, I don't know how many different groups now. I think they are getting to 20. And the one thing that I'm coming across, which is very common, we are having a lot of universities, students joining. Just now, Botswana joined State University, Plateau State University joined from Nigeria. Then we've got Richfield, Pretoria joined now. So recently, within 5 days, we've got more than 80 students who have joined. So I will request that during Thursday, when I'm running this, all new students and everyone come. And then we make this a platform not only to network with other Cardano. When there is something they are presenting, we learn. And if I'm there, I'll also try by all means to tackle the areas that I know you need them most, especially when I'm finding these difficulties on Cardano programming. What is the cause of this? What must I do? Where do I get help? This is a live session to give you information, to give you motivation, even to discuss. I'll point you to our different ecosystems. We've got different ecosystems here. We have got Gimba Labs. I've never shown you about Gimba Labs. If you can go to the, like you can see here, this is the Discord. I am a member of all these Cardano communities on Discord. Gimba Labs is this one. This is, it trained me a lot, benefited a lot. Then Intersect is here. IOG in 2022. This is where I started learning Bluetooth Pioneer, the same Bluetooth Pioneer you have today. It is advanced to layer 2 Hydra. I did Hydra some weeks ago. Then you can see here all these different Cardano communities, all the way 45B. I know it's that I'm very active. Then we see Helios. Those of you who have done Helios with me, this is the home of Helios on Discord. And these ones are doing a fantastic thing. So what I'm telling you so far is these are Discord, different Cardano communities that I am a member of. And I am always learning a lot from their different applications they bring up. So too, you need to explore this. It is for your own online reputation. Because when at some point in time, I want a job, want a grant, want promotion, want a post, you will have to supply your profile, your CV, your resume, and say, I work in this community, I did this, I created this library, I contributed to this open source as a developer. So all this, it will benefit you because there is competition. Remember, it's a global environment. There's competition for whatever comes as a benefit. Today, for about 30 minutes or 40 minutes, I want us to look at Bluetooth, because Bluetooth, Haskell Bluetooth, is an area of my most interest. And again, in Cardano, Bluetooth brought about programmability within the Cardano blockchain. Once again, I'll explain blockchain. I won't take it for granted all of you know what a blockchain is. Blockchain is a data structure. On programming here, we talk about data structures, starting from a variable, arrays, or list. Then we call the trees, and then different data, even a database, you know, like the database MySQL, MS SQL, Oracle. These are databases we use. They are data structures for permanent storage. Now, Cardano is a blockchain. It is a data structure which is different from all other data structures in the sense that it is immutable. And it is not centralized. It is not controlled by a particular company. It is maintained globally. It records all billions or millions of different transactions. And then it cannot be changed once transactions are on that type of a data structure. Now, Bluetooth is the programmability. It's more like a machine, a virtual machine, or the assembly part of Cardano. It is within this Cardano blockchain. And within this Cardano blockchain, we create applications that are compiled to Bluetooth, that run on Bluetooth. These applications, we call them decentralized applications, call them smart contract because they are tearing complete. So the language that compiles everything is Bluetooth. And in Cardano, it was developed using Haskell. And Haskell has been influenced to a great deal by mathematics. And it adopted the purity of mathematics for very good reasons. Because imagine on the Cardano blockchain, you develop an application which is dealing with ADA, which is math, and then you make some mistakes there. People are going to lose lots of money when they are using that decentralized application. So the choice of having a functional programming language that is robust, that will minimize errors, that will be a little bit efficient, was a good one. And when you are learning Haskell, you are learning Bluetooth, you might not find a job on Haskell or Bluetooth. You might find a better job, maybe as a Java developer, as a C++, as a Rust, as a JavaScript, in different environments, in different countries where we are. But I can tell you, you are going to realize that a lot of the advanced concepts or programming features of your language, be it Rust, be it JavaScript, be it Java, be it Python, they are influenced by functional programming, of which Haskell is the purest. It is not the only one that is a pure programming functional language, but it has been mature for 30 years. So learning Haskell, it's actually, you are learning the basic principles of programming with logic. You add logic and mathematical formal methods. It will help you to think and know what causes bugs, how Haskell deals with it, although Haskell goes to extreme, okay, to a point that is too abstract, causing a steep learning curve, but you will not lose. Even in future, when you are working on another project, enterprise, national, in your community, you are going to be a good, what we call, architect of software. You will know what is right and what is wrong. Sorry, there is no morality in programming, but what I mean is you will know what is logical, sound programming principles around your environment. And I would always encourage you, even when you are no longer working with the Bluetooth or Haskell or whatever, you will have to drop back to functional programming, extract those best practices, apply them in your different environment, whether you're working as a front-end developer or whatever way you are. So that is what I will encourage you. What I have here is I want to introduce you to the influence, more like a background of where we are with the Haskell Bluetooth, where we came from. I created this not as a book, but as a reference point to highlight certain key Bluetooth, Haskell Bluetooth programming influences. Some are coming from mathematics, from different areas of mathematics. You'll see there is a logic. There are certain tools that they are using. And I don't think you will regret, because you are going to come across a lot of these in different areas. Right. So let me go through this. I'm going to give you a link to this so that you can also, on your own, go through it as a reference to say, okay, there is this thing called category theory and functional instructions. You come across and say, okay, advantages of Bluetooth, you can just browse through. The advantage here is when you come across something of interest you want to discuss, I'm available 24/7. You can always engage me or as a group, as a class, and then we discuss it, practice it, go deeper. Right. I will encourage some of you to take it deeper to a point where you produce your own book so that others can also benefit from your own understanding of this feature of these activities that we are doing, especially Haskell Bluetooth. Right. Let me go through it. Maybe I'll take 10 minutes, 15 minutes, because I'm going to give you this link. There won't be a need for me to really touch deeper into it. I'll only go through it, highlighting areas that I personally feel they will help you, but you go through it and keep it and research further, produce a book, go to it as much as you can, and then also share back. It's open source, getting it from here. So let me send this link to all of you here so that you can use it. So if you get disconnected or whatever, copy that link. That is what I'm going to advise you. Just allow me 1 minute to re-share the screen again. Right, I've shared that with everyone. Okay, let me make it a little bit smaller. It's awesome. Let me check the last one. Next time, you can also invite your other friends. The attendance is very good. Thank you so much. But let me share, and then I go through the most key important concepts here. Right, let's go through here. Basically, what this presentation that I have here on GitHub, it touches introduction to tell you a little bit. Most important thing is foundations. Lambda calculus has a lot of influence on Haskell. Then you have got lambda calculus basics. Then you have got this concept carrying partial application. Functions are first class. You know what? These concepts were useless to me. They didn't mean anything. When I started, all I wanted to see is to code and see my application running. And then I was going to be happy. I paid little attention to these concepts which kept on coming, partial application, carrying, and sometimes you hear they're talking about laws, associativity, commutativity, identity. Every time when this thing comes here, when they're explaining it deeper, gets into these terms that we are going to meet across. Some of it is the symbols. Haskell has got a lot of different symbols, and these symbols, when they are in brackets, they are functions. So it's a very interesting environment. You can be proud of being a student here. I can tell you. Right. Then we've got category theory and functional abstraction. Abstraction, Haskell abstracts like mathematics. Mathematics is pure abstraction of our physical world. Sometimes it abstracts to infinity, as if there is an infinity world. But the whole point of abstraction is well done in mathematics and Haskell in the programming languages that I know. I have more than 20 different programming languages that I use, but Haskell is the most abstract. And I'm enjoying that now. And then now you will see this here. That is chapter 3, 4. Now there is the extreme Haskell purist. There is the other side, the OOP imperative. There was a language that was born in between these two, which is the Rust. It took advantages of the OOP, dumped the negative parts, and took the best of the functional programming, and then it is somewhere in between. Right. So what does this mean? It means you can, if you are finding being on the other side of Haskell not useful for you, don't be on the other side where it's extreme OOP because they are full of bugs there. In between can be the best. So a language like Rust, I think, can give you an idea of what is in between this side and this side. That is how I came across this. Actually, I loved the Rust before because on Stack Overflow, I think for quite many years, it has been the top chosen language. Although it's also not as easy to use as Java, Python. But the nice thing again is with the Haskell and this formal verification of your source code means reasoning, adding logic, and thinking about it, testing and proving it's correct. This is an approach which, especially when we are dealing with sensitive applications that involve money, air flight simulations, you don't blockchain like Cardano. You need something that gives people confidence before they use that thing is sound. I'll prove it. And then there are tools you can use to prove that. And then 6 here is about Bluetooth deep dive. There's an English auction example that I have. I've got another example here that I picked up, which is the Oracle. Here it is. I'm not going to go into details, but I'll give you the links to this to browse. Here, when you browse, you need to abstract the structure of how Haskell looks like, number one. Number two, look into your chapters that you have done, chapter 1 up to chapter, maybe, I don't know where you are with your Haskell training on Coxygen Global. Try to identify some of the features that you have learned. Okay. So, all right, I've learned about functions. They look like this. This means this. Then I've learned about the do blocks, just like this, the if, the case. Identify some of these that are used when you see this greater than. What is it used for? How do I use it? Can I create my own? Can I use it? But when you get into actual Bluetooth, this is an example of a Bluetooth application. This is exactly what we are going to produce or work with in terms of this course. I will tell you another thing. If you go through GitHub repositories on the intersect that I showed you, all these different GitHub repositories, you have got some other functional programming languages. Python, Helios, Mesh, Lucid. They are also functional programming languages. Number two, they are also very good, but they are in different areas. But you will see that I'm telling you the truth, that the majority of applications that are being used and maintained today, they were originally authored in Haskell. So I think don't be scared of the steep learning curve within this environment, because once you get into it and you get used to it, you will like it. Right. So let me go through this quickly. There are some areas where I say, what are the advantages of Bluetooth? And then the summary and key takeaways. Let me go through it. Now, blockchains demand deterministic, auditable behavior. But we've got a lot of blockchains that don't care about this. I can give you an example where I was Ethereum. I didn't care about whether the code is deterministic. What do you mean when you say code is deterministic? It means the code you have written has a behavior that is consistent throughout. Given the same input, it will always give you the same output. Right. And then auditable, which means you can reason over that code and then do some little bit of logic and proving. Now, Cardano answers this with Bluetooth. Let's salute those who created this. Definitely, they did a good job. Bluetooth is a Haskell-based smart contract platform rooted in the Lambda calculus of Alonzo Church, 1930, all right, 36, and typed functional programming. But the reason to reason rigorously about safety, we will build upward from first principles, functions, types, and laws. Functions are first-class citizens in Haskell and Bluetooth. Okay? Types, the type system. There is no interfaces. We have got type classes. Right. And then laws, yeah. You can compare it with the other languages we are doing to see, are they adhering to some properties that can be proved? If not, how can you improve when you are programming those languages to make it like this? So here we have different parts which we can look at. Let's go to 2, foundations Lambda calculus in Haskell. Right. Lambda calculus basics. Here is a brief explanation of what is Lambda calculus. What type of a beast is this? How does it look like? So in mathematics, I think you'll see that. Then you will see this. And how does it work? It says, all right, I've got a function. Got a function. See, there's practice a function. I give this function an argument 5. It's going to give me 6. How? Then inside the x is the input. So you replace that x with the 5. Then you say 5 plus 1. Output, it becomes 6. Do you see the way it flows from the top to bottom to here? Just like if you have done this, what you call it, propositional logic. All men are mortal, then you come down. Socrates is a man. Then what is your conclusion? Therefore, he is immortal. So you see that type of reasoning logic coming down. And then Haskell correspondence. Now, Haskell, you have got the same expression written almost similar. You've got brackets for function, that is a lambda function or expression. A backslash is an L. It's an L, okay. Input is X. Now, you've got, instead of a full stop, you've got that forward arrow. The input X, that X is incremented by 1. So we apply this function onto 5, not the other way around. Then 5 replaces the X, then X plus 1, 5 plus 1, then it gives us 6. Okay. Am I saying go back to mathematics and do your mathematics for another 4 or 5 years? No. But when you want to understand some of these Haskell Bluetooth features, yes, go deeper with it to where it originated from. Learn it because you are our future engineer. That one I don't mince my words. Some of you are going to be great people. I've been already surprised by some students here. They're really surprised, but let us put more effort from the one I have seen. You can have multiple arguments encoded by nesting abstractions. But this chapter basically is pointing to you to say, do not overlook this background in mathematics of lambda calculus. So visit it, practice it, and get back, make it. You are going to see anonymous functions in other programming languages. This is the influence. They have been influenced by these functional programming languages. Right, carrying and partial application. Right, in Haskell, you are going to see an example like this. This is a function named add. It has got two inputs and one output. These are of a type int. But it doesn't mean your first input and second input are arguments of a function like we know. No. This function, the way it works under the hood, it takes the function, like you see, takes the function and apply it onto the first argument. It returns a function. And then the returning function is applied again onto this second and last argument. Then you get your output. Then you can ask me, what are the purpose of this carrying partial application? It makes a lot of flexibility when it comes to chaining expressions, composition, chaining functions. Yes, that is the reason why this thing is an advantage. Right, we see here, because of carrying, you can partially apply. This it explains there. Why this matters later, Bluetooth validators, when you really write your own chain code. On-chain validators conceptually have this shape. You can see it there. You've got those three inputs, and you've got an output which is bool. But how it works, it will apply the function, return a function, then apply it again to the next input, then apply it to the last input, and finally you've got either a true or false. So you can see this, what do you call it, pattern. Carried form makes it natural to thread context step by step and to test predicates modularly. So promotes modularity, which is what we want. You will come across this. I added it here because I saw a lot of those that I was checking. They were not understanding this. Why are we having this fat arrow before our inputs? This is a constraint feature. It is a function. This is an addition function, which takes two arguments, A to B, A to A, A to A. Remember, it A to A, A to A because of carrying. The A is any type. If it's int, it's int, int, int. Why? Because it's constrained by the type class num A. Now, how do you read this? You'll come across different people reading it in different way. But for now, I will advise you, say to you, to read it. Take that fat arrow here as a constraint to mean such that, if and only if. So addition here is a function from A to A to A such that A is of a num class. I think I've helped those who didn't understand about this. Right, let me go to 2.4. We've got type classes like monoid, and then type classes with laws. But I'm not going to go into monoids, not going to go into semigroups, functors, applicative, and monad. We did it last week. So when you have got this, you can again go through it and see these loops, how they work. But I see time is flying. Sorry for that. But you have got the link. Those who might have come late here now, let me post the link to you. Here is the link to you. Right. So copy that link. There is other thing that is I want to say to you. This is abstract stuff. Discuss it. The theory of learning, when you read something, you say it, you write it, you ask questions about it, you learn it better. So discuss it where you are. Don't be afraid that I don't know, whatever. No. It is when you discuss it, repeat it, practice it. Use also AI where you can't have a team. AI ask, what is this? Why? How does it work? Give me an example. Then you practice. And then later on, look for an audience. You have live sessions. Go to an audience and then do what? Speak out about this. But like I said, there is a heavy influence in Haskell about category theory and functional abstraction. Our time doesn't permit now, but this is just a brief highlight of how this category theory in Haskell. Actually, we are going to see the type system. The types that we have are actually objects. They are groups. The arrows that you see all around here, A to A to A to A to A, they are actual functions. Like I told you, carrying applying functions to arguments. Like, right. And then the beauty of composition. Now we've got compositions in other languages, but this is the, what you call it, the most influential language. All right, with little time, I can't really say anything. I can talk about monads. Here it is. If you find yourself, you are battling with these concepts, here is my advice. Don't cut corners. Don't jump. Because in where you are going, you are not going to understand what you are doing. Be able to create your own classes, custom classes, instances. Practice up until you know how to do this and this. Then when you get into these actual existing examples of smart contracts, then you'll be able to see the flow, you know, the logic of the this from other people, and you are also going to be able to design and implement a smart contract in Bluetooth. So, sorry, our time is always very short. This is never meant to be a deep into this. This is the reason why I'm giving you this link and highlighting it. You can improve on it and make it better, or find another. There are so many other references that we have. Let me stop here and open for some questions. Let me stop sharing. Right. Thank you so much. Let's have some questions. Yeah, I see some hearts, some fireworks. Let's have some more fireworks. Thank you. I am hoping in future some of you will be presenting too. You are welcome. You can approach me and say, I have understood monarchs. Please give me 5 minutes or 10 minutes. I also want to present. And when you succeed, we are going to be very happy with you. And remember again, in Cardano, the more they know your capabilities, the more when you are applying for jobs, when you are applying for membership, when you are applying for grants, they will vote for you because they know you, what you know, you are contributing, you are positive, you are productive. So the only thing is those people, they are not going to vote for you if you are a genius who is not known. Didn't publish a book. We don't know what you know. You are not contributing onto Intersect open source repository. GitHub is very important. GitHub. Hey guys, GitHub. You need to cultivate a very good GitHub account. Yes. Because that's your profile. You are not only doing it to show off that, well, I want a job, I want a job. No. The purpose of that is sharing the concept of open source. You're getting it for free. You also add, motivate, innovate, and send it for free. So that one is very important. Let's have some questions or some comments. It's open to anyone on what I've highlighted or something you have experienced or explored in your environment there. So, any questions from all of you? Just put up your hand or unmute and speak so that I see you, because quite a lot of people here. Sometimes I might not see your head up. Right. Yes, Dylan?
Yes, afternoon, everyone. I wanted to ask regarding Haskell, right? Some people might have a question as to what is really important in terms of Haskell, in order for me to be suitable in terms of learning Bluetooth. It's like, what do I have to grasp in terms of Haskell in order for me to end up learning a a smart contract language such as Bluetooth?
Okay, good question. Some of you are joining EBU Bluetooth certification from, I think, next week. Congratulations. Now, some of you in future are going to be Cardano developers. Okay. Now, what must you do and what must you not do? I will not tell you what you must not do because I don't know. I can only share with you my experience. Number one, Bluetooth is an engineering language built on Haskell. It doesn't require cowards, people who are cowards. When once you feel a little bit of pain, then you run away. No. When you run away there, then later on you realize, no. Where you are working, there's no money. You want to come back, you'll start where you left. Shortcuts, no shortcuts. Right, on the training program that we have on Coxygen Global, we've got chapters number 1 up to chapter 20. They were created by IoT, the experts of Bluetooth. They did it knowingly exactly what you need for that. And those quizzes are based on exactly those videos, although there might be some errors here and there. So master each chapter and always get back to those chapters again. If you want to even read further, there is a book online which is called Haskell for the Greater Good. It's the most recommended, that one. You can even get it online or buy it or even use it as a reference. There is another of it, those videos I told you from HPM Education, Eden Garden Tools, a stack tool. Yes, you repeat each chapter, go through it, and make sure you can create some marathons, practical weekly working application effortlessly. Let it flow with practice. So the more you practice, the more you gain. And make use of the live sessions we have to present. Tell yourself, today I want to create my own tutorial on this chapter. So when you go through that chapter, be creating a tutorial to teach or to share, and then present it. You know, the whole point is practice reasoning. And again, Haskell Bluetooth requires abstraction. It is a very abstract language. So don't underrate abstraction there. A lot of things that you can see, the page is very short, but a lot of code is in that small page. Why? Because of a high abstraction. So I think we are lucky because we've got dynamic, very nice environments. Let us make sure that we use them. When you have a phone, we are resting whatever, go through the code, write it on a paper. That is my recommend. Write it on a paper, produce it, practice it, then type it, compile it. You will see there are millions errors that you make. Refine. Because remember where we are going. Where we are going, I want us to create templates that will automate Haskell Bluetooth for other users. I can give you an example. PHP, we have got CMS, content management systems like WordPress. With WordPress, you just start a website in less than 5 minutes. They created that template. It works. You can create any website very quickly by, I don't know, click, then you have it. They did a lot of work behind. That is what I want us to do. I put a lot of money onto the templating of Haskell because I really need a lot of templates. When you go right now, look for examples to do. For example, say you want to do your own smart contract on a certain industry. We do have examples, but they are very few. We want these examples and templates to be a lot, but we cannot create templates when we ourselves don't understand the language and its architecture. That is why I say, let's not do shortcuts. Let's go deeper into it. There is a question on the chat. Let me copy that question. And then right, the question is, you should definitely keep joining the sessions, correct? Thanks, Tabiso. Haskell is easy and you learn a lot. You know what? I like people who say Haskell is easy. You break through that difficult part, then when you have broken through that difficult part, then everything becomes easy and nice. That one is true. I believe with time, I should be familiar with those terms, definitely. I hardly understand all the bosses say, maybe because I'm new here. Right? Was saying, That is very true. When you are new to this, these concepts are abstract. You might have not come across them before, but with time, when you go through the training from chapter 1 up till chapter 20, and you repeat, you attend live classes, you will begin to be familiar with what does this mean, where is it used, why is it used there. Always use the Socratic principle of being inquisitive at all times. Ask, what is this? How do I use it? Why do I have to use it in the first place? Of what benefit is it going to give us? Rather than always rote learning, copy paste, copy paste, you produce something you don't understand, and then it won't help at all. Drive yourself into the shoes of an architecture to say, I want to upgrade and improve on this developer experience. How can I do it? And we make it as simple and easy and fast as what WordPress is to PHP. I think we have seen a lot of frameworks that automate things, make things easy. So that is what we will need to do. Right, let's go down here. Yeah, we are here for you. Okay, thanks. Any other question or contribution? I think I don't want to make this longer, except that I hope you benefited from this. Was it helpful? Let me know. Was this helpful to you? See some thumbs up. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay.
So the session was very, very nice. Thank you so much.
I really appreciate.
I enjoyed it and it was very helpful. Thank you.
So it was very helpful, sir.
Thank you. All right. I've given you the link. Take the link. You need a deep knowledge in mathematics. Let me tell you, anything that is built on mathematics is provable, and it will make your code verifiable. That on its own is the biggest reason that will make you different from other developers, because you'll be able to do what they do, but they won't be able to do what you do. But there are areas in mathematics that are not there. You need maybe to move with. I've got a Thomson video, some of the Peter Python Thomson videos. But if you search them online, you'll find them. Just type there for YouTube videos, Haskell and mathematics. But a warning, don't be carried away with a lot of Haskell that we don't need for Bluetooth, because Haskell is a big ocean. My suggestion is go through the videos of IOG and those ones for HPM education. Go to the quiz from there. Use those practical tasks, create marathons. I will suggest it that way. Why? Because remember, Haskell is an ocean. It's a very mature language. 30 years is not a joke. But Bluetooth is a piece of Haskell geared towards the Cardano blockchain. My last words to you is Cardano needs you. Cardano needs your intellectual aptitude. They need your innovation. Cardano is in your communities, in your different countries. Okay? So take it serious. Take it really, really, really serious. With the blockchain adoption going on and on and on, being adopted by governments, and with Cardano now targeting becoming a DeFi layer of Bitcoin, there will be lots of development activities. Already some youngsters are already very good engineers right at the top there. So that is my best advice to you. Thank you so much. I think let's call it a day for today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.